Hello everyone, my name is Altair, how are you? And welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 mod showcase video, and this is the top 5 mods of the week, episode 143, and I've got 5 really cool mods to share with you this week, plus a couple of honourable mentions. But before we do take a look at this week's mods, let's take a look at the results of the poll. Over 4,000 of you voted in last week. So the winner with the majority was the Crimson Dawn Mauler mod with 65%. With 13% in second place, we have the Battle of Coruscant mod. Then 1% behind that was the Battle of Exegol mod with 12%. Heroes mod took 6% and Corvus did 4%. Just a couple of quick reminders. If you do want to participate in this week's votes, make sure you watch until the end of the video, then head on over to my channel page, go to the community tab, and that is where you can vote. And if you do want to get these episodes 24 hours before anybody else, plus a bunch of other exclusive perks, consider becoming a channel member. And if you are a YouTube premium member in a few select countries, you can actually get a free channel membership for the next month. Moving on to the honourable mentions for this week, and we have, firstly, the Fall Guys versus Among Us mod. Now, these are probably two of the most popular games of the entirety of 2020, and Tiger Venom 22 has created a mod that pairs well with the previous Fall Guys mod and brings the Among Us characters into the game, replacing all of the villains. They may have long legs, but overall the body and head is pretty awesome, really well modelled there. And this also replaces all of the original trilogy era infantry if you do want to have that enabled. So you can have both the Fall Guys as the Rebels and the Imperials as the Among Us characters. So it's just one big all-out battle on the Death Star 2, of course, because it is a spaceship, kind of, and you can just play a fantasy game in instant action of 32 versus 32 Among Us and Fall Guys characters. All of the units with portrait images have custom ones for the collection and respawn menus, which is a real nice touch. And the next honourable mention is the Empire Strikes Back Boba Fett mod from Satan and Game TSF, along with Berg ND Swords. So this mod changes the subtle details that we see different between the Return of the Jedi version of Boba Fett that's in the game and the version that we see earlier in Empire Strikes Back. The mod features a bunch of custom textures and models on Fett's body armour, helmet, jetpack, gloves and cape. I think out of all of the body changes, the cape is probably the one that stands out the most. It does look pretty cool. The jetpack also, when you're playing in third person, will also look different. But there is also a custom modelled EE3 variant, which is completely different to the one we have in the game. The one that we have in the game is what we see in Return of the Jedi, but he actually changes this from Empire Strikes Back, so you have the classic version. Moving on to the top 5 mods of this week, and to kick off the top 5 countdown, in 5th place this week, I've got the Wedge Antilles mod from Zenga, and this imports the Squadrons model of Wedge Antilles into Star Wars Battlefront 2, and it replaces either Finn or Han Solo, depending which character you want to replace. So not only does it just include this character model, which does have kind of a funky mouth, it isn't perfect, there are a few oddities going on, but nevertheless it's great to finally get Wedge as a hero in Battlefront 2. There are actually quite a few additional features which make this mod awesome. So it includes a bunch of custom star card images, so they are pretty awesome and they work for both the Han Solo and Finn replacer. There is also a custom portrait image for the collection and respawn menus as well, which is always appreciated. And there are over 40 voice lines for in-game chatter along with emotes, which were taken from Disney Infinity 3.0.
We're doing all the right things. Things here are getting pretty serious. That's it. You've got their attention now. That should keep us safe for a while longer.
There is the custom intro theme, which is the Rebellion theme, and on top of that, Han Solo's DL-44 pistol is replaced with the DH-17. In 4th place this week, I've got the Jin Erso mod from This Guy 446. So this replaces Princess Leia with Jin Erso, and it's not just a model swap, there is some additional changes which I will get into. So we're going to start with the height. The height has been reduced, and they've also animated the head as well to basically move the mouth so it's not just a really stone cold look when you're playing as Jin, and you get to use her voice lines, which, let's get into it, you have custom emotes and in-game chatter, which is awesome.
Don't stand in my way. Let's see what you've got. Reckless, aggressive, and undisciplined. Pretty much sums it up. This is a rebellion, isn't it?
Additional sound is also included. You have custom themes for the intro and defeat themes of the hero. And on top of that, you have a custom portrait image to go with it. Plus, we have the A180 pistol over Lear's blaster and the rifle variant for the E11, which is awesome. It's cool that it has a custom model swap, and there is also A180 blaster sound effects as well. But if you do want to play offline with custom abilities, then you can do just that, such as the baton and things like that. So this changes Lear's abilities with Jin's from Battlefront 2015, but only use this mod offline. You can use the skin online, but these offline abilities must be kept offline. In the third place this week, I've got the Altair mod from Claymaver 2000, which replaces Luke's Yavin skin with Altair from Assassin's Creed. Now, this mod deserves some recognition because it has been made from scratch. It's not been ported over like the other models that we've seen in this episode from Squadrons or Battlefront 2015. This hasn't been ported over from Assassin's Creed games. This has been custom modeled. It looks amazing, and there are two options to choose from. There is a 2K variant if you are limited with performance, but if you want to go all out and get the 4K version, which I have showcased in this video, then you can do that. It really does look amazing, and surprisingly the lightsaber works pretty well, and if you play on a map like Mos Eisley and you jump from a rooftop, it is actually quite fun and fitting with this skin. The runner-up for this top 5 Mods of the Week episode is Mandolore the Ultimate from the Asian Redneck. So this replaces either Luke or Anakin, depending which one you want, with Mandolore the Ultimate. It works best on Luke's Hoth skin, and if you do use Anakin, you don't get his massive, like, axe sort of weapon, whatever you want to call it. I don't know the name, I just know of this character. There are also custom voice lines for the emotes.
Magnificent, isn't it? It's warfare at its most purest of forms. Mandalorians, the Republic, both our civilizations find over territory, resources, and ideologies. I am the Mandalore. That means you answer to me. To a Mandalorian, honor is, and always has been, everything.
There is a custom portrait image for the collection and respawn menus to go with this mod. We've seen Mandalore the Ultimate made before mesh importing became a thing, and it wasn't that good compared to this, so if you're a fan of this character and you want to check him out, this is the mod to go with. And the winner of this top 5 Mods of the Week episode is the Supreme Leader Snoke mod from Akrybro, and I think this has to be the best Snoke mod we've ever seen. The modelling work, specifically in the face, is I think the most accurate out of all of the ones we've seen so far. It looks really close to what we see in the films. His gold gown is really well done, it looks amazing, and there are also his slippers that he wears as well, and to top it off there is an additional skin which changes the colour from gold to black, which is what we see in the Force Awakens holograms. There are a bunch of custom UI tweaks, so you have custom text in the menus. It does replace Palpatine, this mod, so it makes sense to change that text, and it just looks awesome when people do go to the effort of changing the text because it just adds so much more to the immersion. And then you also have a custom portrait image for the collection and respawn menus, plus star card images as well, which are awesome. The voice lines and emotes have been replaced with custom audio from the movies and voice impressions.
Darkness rises and light to meet it.
There has been an awakening. Have you felt it?
The resistance must be destroyed before they get to Skywalker.
The last Jedi.
There is also a special optional Christmas file which gives Snoke a Santa hat on his head if you do wish to use it. Those are your top 5 mods of this week. Let me know down in the comment section below which mods were your favourites, plus use the poll on the community tab if you do want to actually enter a vote, which will be counted for next week. And if you do want to check out any of these mods for yourself, there will be download links to all of them down in the description below. If you enjoyed this video, please do subscribe for more Star Wars Battlefront 2 mod videos like this one, and turn notifications on so you don't miss next week's episode. Plus, drop a like to support the channel, I'd really appreciate it, and check out any of the 2 previous videos on the screen if you did miss them. Thanks so much for watching, and I shall see you in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.